All right, we're going to do a quick late night. I probably sound super exhausted and everything, but don't care. So welcome back. I don't know if I'm doing a collective or are we doing a Sag reading. You know what? Let's pick a card. It'll be a late night surprise. I hope the mic is good. If I sound like I'm whispering, it's because I kind of am. So, are we doing Aquarius? Okay, let's do Aquarius. Innovation, Aquarius, just on the top of the deck too. Star. Are you fishing? Are you casting your net? What's the deal? What's the dealio? Looks like there's an ending to something. A lot of conflict. You're ending some kind of conflict. There won't be any kind of fighting, backbiting, jealous people in the future. Really coming out of like repetitive loops or patterns. So congratulations. Yeah, the world card, ending something. I'm hearing war drums or something like that. So this could be to do with a masculine or maybe a boss figure in your life, or taking your authority and control back, which allows you to come out of these kind of patterns, putting your crown back on. Alrighty. Really pulling out investment or energy, even focus, attention, detaching with strength, beautiful energy. There could have been a lot that was like kept hidden from you as well. Your intuition could have been like alerting you to something as well. All right, Aquarius, late night messages. Let's get you a card. What's your advice? Sovereignty. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because something was not protecting you, it looks like, in the past. Rebirth, snake. So let's go ahead and read a bit of Crow. It says, Crow doth warn of battle cry, black messengers soar through darkest sky. So maybe you've been warned or you've received some premonitions and this allowed you to like end something before it got like worse, I heard, or bad. Death, destruction, loss, and woe consumes the mind, must let it go. So this isn't a past position. So I think you've already moved beyond this. You could have let go of something, or Sagittarius energy could be relevant, or expansion, your belief systems, learning. Time to reclaim your strength and power. Balance the light by embracing your shadow side, right? You can't have light if you don't express the dark side sometimes to protect it. Crow highlights the path you are to take. A death or ending of the old is imminent. Release the past and move on. Crows are a magical bridge between the worlds and can be used to fly and spy. As a sign of mortality, the crow is often feared for presence, for death is imminent when crow appears. As a carrier of magic, mystery, and power, the crow is associated with the goddess of battle, the Morrigan, and can assist us in claiming our sovereignty. So Morrigan could have been very strongly working with you in the past. You might have gotten her symbolisms. I think she's like associated with like the three kind of headed goddesses as well, or has three facets. So very interesting. Let's get you one of these. All right, Aquarius. What's your most vital message for Aquarius from the highest teams of love and light? Tidy up. Yeah, you could have like had to clean or clear a lot. And we have awakened. So you could have been like awakening a lot at this time as well. Something about the number 3. You could be noticing the number 3 a lot, or 333. Sorry, my hair looks so dry actually. Probably should like put some stuff on it, but actually I have some here. Alrighty. Let's get you some advice. Focus on your happiness, focus on your sovereignty. Let's go ahead and read Awakened as a part of your advice with the 9 of Cups here. So ending anything that's been keeping you from happiness. Daydreaming could also be important for you right now to come up with new ideas. Blissed out, enjoying your time right now. We do have a new moon approaching us on, not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after that, I think November 19th. So we still have some time to kind of release anything that, release anything that's been impeding any kind of new beginnings in the Scorpio area of your chart, which could be power, which could be the dark side, right? Scorpio is all about the dark side, the dark shadow. We're coming into our power, our sovereignty. I really like the lunar reversal that we're experiencing right now, where the new moon comes at the end of the sun's season, right? The sun progresses through a zodiac sign throughout the month, right? From Scorpio to, Sagittarius season, which we are shortly entering after mid in November. Anyways, awakened, it says higher perspective, answering your calling, a new person, seeing the Grand Budapest Hotel. Sorry, I just had to say it. Higher perspective. Is that a hotel on a mountain or something in the movie? I don't remember. But that'd be funny. Answering your calling. Okay, sorry. A new person. This card means you're awakening to a truth about the purpose of your life and the choices you're making. You're starting to see where the winding road called life leads and becoming crystal clear about what is required to get there. I think there's like a train in that movie or something, or there's a lot of movement in the movie into that. This could be I haven't seen the movie in a while. This could be a time of spiritual, religious, or sexual awakening. It's interesting that there's lavender, and I know they say like lavender repels scorpions, I think. So there could be something about a sense of calm, like taking your power back and repelling anything negative, really, so that you're only in your power kind of energy. In the light, so you see all the beacons of light, the beams of light shining on her in that card. And we do have the Eight of Swords sideways, so there could be something about taking authority with the Emperor here to close out certain things potentially. But let's go ahead and jump into some late night juicy messages for Aquarius. All right, we have live in your purpose without seeking fanfare. Stay focused / diligent. Wants to put insurance policy on you, benefit through you. It says write down your intentions. Take what applies, don't take what doesn't. Sometimes bad spirits do whatever they can to incite harm. Espresso, Sabrina Carpenter. So yeah, you might be having like black tea or something. Never engage / give energy to aggressive people. You'll find better. So if you've been curious if you're going to find better, maybe that's why they're encouraging sovereignty right now. It says don't rush anything at this time. So we do have a lot of strong retrograde energy in November, right, with Mercury, Jupiter, and Uranus. We do have, but we're beginning to trace forward with Saturn and Neptune at the end of the month, and later on, definitely. I think Mercury and Jupiter will be out of retrograde, and Uranus, I think it'll be in April, so that'll take a while. But thought you were gullible. Thought you were gullible. They're a thief or an abuser. Okay, it says the fuck, the frick, the fuck. I just love this. I don't even remember writing this. The fuck. So whatever. This was in your past position, so I think it's over. You're over now. But it was like, the frick were you doing there? Why am I seeing that Kevin Costner movie with the whole like baseball field and it's like, what was it? Field of Dreams? I forget. I think that's what it was. I don't think I've seen that in a long time. I don't remember the plot. Isn't it? Wait. I don't know. It's something about like ghosts and stuff, baseball. Do not dim yourself. So shine bright like a diamond. Sorry, it's a late night. For me, it's a late night. They're trying to summon your energy. So is this guy thinking he's Sauron or something? Narcissists trying to make themselves relevant, literally. Butterflies could be relevant because doesn't Gandalf have like a butterfly or something or a moth or something up there on his little bachelor pad? Focus on the right things. And it says wanted you to feel stuck and alone. So literally, Sauron and Gandalf on the tower. If you guys have never seen that, you're probably just like, what is she talking about? Oh, we have some more messages. Miracles are headed your way, and spread lies about you. So maybe somebody spread lies about you potentially. Let's get you an animal. Rooster in the reverse. Maybe you've blocked communication with somebody. Hmm. Hmm. Number 12 could be relevant. Aquarius. Success sideways, purification, and creative ingenuity. So maybe you're trying to come up with new ideas or intelligence. The crow, that's funny. The crow and the dogwood. I think Capricorn got this like a few readings ago, maybe like a week or two ago or three. I don't know. Maybe that's way off. I have no idea. I'm quite tired right now. Let's go ahead and get one of these, I think. Oh. That's funny because I think Sag got this in their reading for somebody in their past position. So I don't know if you have Sag placements. This could be somebody who's quite privileged that was spreading lies. Loving gaslight. That's toxic. So maybe you're realizing someone's like gaslighting ways with the Eight of Swords here, like coming out of some kind of mental distress. Six of Swords, leaving it behind. Let's go ahead and read this card. Are you glossing over or suppressing your trauma or another's perspective? Are you steamrolling your or another's feelings? Your cult leader application has been denied. Shit. That's funny. Kind of sideways. So I don't know who was acting this way or who wasn't, but let's pull some extra late night messages. Aquarius, last messages. Okay, we have a few. Something about soup could be relevant. They wanted power over you, unbothered. Okay, interesting. The frick? Sorry. They stole your time. Okay. Very Plutonian. So maybe somebody here is very like has a lot of Scorpio or has a lot of. We did talk about the Scorpio new moon, didn't we? That can be like shadow work, like traumatic, like trauma responses. It can also be empowerment, right? Snake and rebirth. We have to read that. It's very Scorpionic energy. This Scorpio is represented by the scorpion, the snake, and the phoenix, I believe. So I think we'll close it out. Tendencies to strike out and bite, shed the past was yesterday's fight. Transmute the old and seek to evolve. Transitional change rebirths one's resolve. Pluto and Aquarius could be relevant. Expect dramatic change in your life. Your primal life force energy is awakening. Healing opportunities are being shown to you. Stay grounded and close to the earth. Spiritual guidance draws close to assist in your transitional period. I mean, Pluto is making a strong conjunction to you guys. I've slid along to bring about major changes in your life, and I've noticed you've had difficulties letting go of the past. However, I know from experience if you don't shed your old skin, you'll perish and die within. Past thoughts and feelings rear their ugly heads and strike out at you or others without warning. The illusions of the past, your controlling abilities to see clearly, and have become blinded to the immense healing opportunities I offer of shedding what was no longer serves the higher purpose to bring about metamorphosis for change and new beginnings. I mean, you have to have the poison to create a cure, right? From this place of transition, you are more able to tap into my wisdom and decipher when the right time to strike out. Be watchful of biting reactions as you outgrow the old. My antidote diffuses. I think with Scorpio energy, like with Pluto making a conjunction to your personal Aquarius placements for the next 20 years, if you have like great Pluto placements in your chart, it'll probably be very easy for you. But if you don't, Pluto is really good at strategy and seeing the dark truths and the occult. That's what I observed, I guess, and willing to make those kind of like, because Pluto is a tiny planet. It represents to me like snipers. So it's like if you know where to make that like sharp cut or incision or whatever, you can get to the heart of a matter. But anyways, you probably do your own research. But so there is something here about intelligence, right? Like, anyways, what else can I say about that? Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Studying maybe your birth chart or relocation chart could be relevant, but anyways, let's see. My antidote diffuses poisoned thoughts or complications, clearing the way so you can take the path of least resistance, which awaits you now. Interesting. Dreams about snakes biting you signifies others attacking you with poisoned words or actions. Cast a snake eye spell, shake a snake rattle for protection, or use an amulet or talisman. The rod of Asclepius is a recognized emblem for healing and medicine. So that's interesting. We spoke about Sag, which is associated with Chiron or Asclepius, which is kind of associated with Scorpio and Sagittarius are quite closely related, right? Like they both rule like the underworld in a way. Like Scorpio is literally death or Hades, right? But Chiron or like the 13th zodiac sign, like Oedipus or is in Sagittarius, Scorpio or something. And it's like the constellation of the snake. It's like a guy holding a snake, I believe. But don't quote me on that. But and that's a gateway to like resurrection, like the healing, being so good at healing that you can resurrect someone from the dead. And that's why they say that they hid the 13th zodiac sign, right? Because otherwise nobody would die, which is kind of the truth. Nobody does die. We all reincarnate, right? So, anyways, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. Yeah, 12 could be a really relevant number. So this could be something about with the Uranus going back into Taurus, opposing. It's on the same axis as Scorpio, so they deal with similar themes of money, value, death, birth. Taurus is birth, Taurus is spring season, but it's also associated with like gods that have to do with like the bull or the bull-headed what am I thinking about? There's a god that's like they used to sacrifice children to. That's also associated slightly Moloch, I think it is. It doesn't have to be. Anyways, what else is Taurus associated with? But there's also good significations, I'm sure. Many good ones. Anyways. I think we'll pull one of these. We haven't pulled. Or you know what? We'll do a chakra card as well. Why do I feel like I'm doing a Scorpio reading now? I guess it's just Pluto and Aquarius. So yeah, check out your Pluto placements in your own chart and how, maybe you have a lot of strength with like, if you have a lot of like air signs or you might be having like certain planets making sextiles and trines to the energy, which can really help you. But 17 could be relevant. Okay. Aquarius, we are doing Aquarius, right? Yes, we are. It says, I am open to love and I receive more of it every day. So maybe you had like blocks, like subconsciously like to love and you're doing like deep shadow work regarding this. So this could be about not just love with others, but mostly love with the universe, but love with yourself so that you can receive actually, and you can call it in, because if you don't have love with yourself or the universe, how are you going to expect love from anything or anybody ever? Like you can't even see it kind of energy. Aquarius. So you might be noticing as you like pour into yourself or that you attract it a lot faster easily or something, almost like people just kind of like, I don't know, maybe you're just receiving good treatment in a way, or you could be very magnetizing. Pluto does rule like the Scorpion, the stinger, wink wink, nudge nudge. Sex is a Scorpio theme. Sag is also like that too, but I think it's more so like different. It's for different reasons. Like in Scorpio, it's about the depth, right? It's about the intimacy, but in Sag, it's about like athleticism, that kind of energy. A little bit like go hard, go home, party all day. Anyways, Aquarius. I'm sure Aquariuses are freaky. I'm sure. Actually, they are, because they're weird. No offense. Bless. I have Aquarius placements, but a little bit freaky dicky. Let's see. Let's pull you some tea leaf before we close. Aquarius, last messages. Oh. Why do I sound like James Patrick March character, who's actually, I think, played by somebody who has an Aquarius. I think he's an Aquarius. I think Evan Peters is an Aquarius. I think he has Libra placements as well. Peace and harmony. Okay, interesting. Dissatisfaction, weird. You could have taken a vacation, or maybe you're moving away from some kind of dissatisfaction, Aquarius. You could have been dealing with somebody that was two-faced. So you achieve some kind of sovereignty. You could be healing, Aquarius. Something's balancing out, deep personal strength and peace. Your money could be improving as well, or your relationship to money in all its forms, which Scorpio and Taurus definitely have. Yeah, just as we say, that period of prosperity and abundance, bread, making that moolah, right? So there's something about taking authority. You could be meeting bosses at this time as well, or there could be things that are free flowing in that area, or just like new ideas or new authority, or new, maybe you're moving on from certain things towards other things, kind of energy, like a transitionary kind of, maybe like you're being moved departments or industries or positions or whatever. Aquarius, don't take it if it doesn't apply. Um, yeah, you saw something clearly, it looks like, regarding the past. So we're going to pull an oracle. We're going to close out. Oh my god, no. No. I have to get it now. Oh, it's right there. All right, don't judge the fit check. But yeah, rot and decay, that's funny because that's what basically Scorpio and Pluto rules, right? We have that Scorpio new moon with being ruled by Pluto and Aquarius, right? For the next 20 years. And, hmm. Sorry. I was just getting lost in the thought. Yeah, butterflies could be really relevant. Mushrooms, skulls. Just thinking what I'm thinking. If you have Gemini, you could be dealing with a Gemini, or this could be about people around you, or gathering information. It says cycles of life and death, sacrifice for the greater good. You know, if you think about how, like, they say, like Moloch, or the god Moloch, which is associated with Taurus, was like, it's a part of agriculture, right? It's an earth sign. We plant seeds in Taurus season. We reap the harvest in Capricorn, the master of the earth signs, the savings of the harvest, right? During the winter, the coldest months. But Moloch, who was a deity that you would sacrifice, like, it's like there's a concept actually. I think it's like an older concept, but I heard about it recently. It's called, like, I think it's like a quote from the Bible, but I think it said something like, you sacrifice your first seed, kind of energy. Like when you reap something, you sacrifice, you take, like, let's say you get a harvest of apples, you're going to sacrifice a few of them for the seeds, right? Or whatever, like that. So there is something here about constantly investing, like in your business or in what you're creating, so that it generates more. That's how the basic, that's why they say, like, the richest nakshatras or zodiac sign principles, and Claire Nocti's videos on her channel talks about planting those seeds constantly, which is what Scorpio, Jeshta Nakshatra is about constantly. It's like a rabbit spewing seeds everywhere, left, right, and center. So they tend to have many lovers, like a lot of men. Sorry, a lot of women, like, or men probably. But if you have Jeshta placements, you might be a person like, I think Donald Trump has Tiger Woods, and they have like many mistresses, many affairs. So you might know people with those placements. I know I do. I know I've met Jeshta people. Yeah, they were, but at the same time, they tend to be extremely wealthy because they're always planting those seeds, right? Just like as they're getting rid of things constantly, right? It's the shedding, it's the ending. And the more that they sacrifice, the more wealth they come into because they're shedding. They're constantly shedding, versus sometimes the opposite, which is Taurus, where you're planting the seed, where you're just gaining, where you're just holding and growing something. Um, there's not as much planting going on. I don't know. But anyways, let's see, because it's expelling, like Scorpio. A lot of people with Scorpio placements tend to be smaller, or very like small, or like, because Pluto is a small planet, right? It's very small but powerful. It's like the assassin archetype, right? It's Assassin's Creed, basically. It's the new. I think Pluto was discovered when we did the atom bomb, right? Which is about this tiny freaking little thing that we screw with and we turn into a bomb, which is just, and it's like the power that tiny little thing. Um, so I don't know. We out here defending Pluto's name on this earth. I'm just saying, Pluto's a planet. Don't fuck with me. Sorry, I'm done. Okay. But anyways, flowers can't bloom forever, and even the summer experiences death, decay, and the need to sacrifice small parts for the health of the whole. And this actually really helps you to get rid of things that don't matter. It helps you to see things clearly. Like, for example, if you were socializing with like 20 people on the roster or something, or like had 20 different priorities going on, by cutting and getting rid of so many, it's like, oh my God, I have more time to like actually journal. You know what I mean? It may seem like a waste on the surface, but Mother Nature knows what she's doing and nothing dies in vain. Some fruits and vegetables fall to the ground and rot, their sacrifice offering nourishment that makes this most fertile soil. The more fruitful your life is, the more you have to sacrifice. Yeah, please check out Claire Nocte's video on, it's I think called Wealthiest Nakshatras, if you're curious about the principles of wealth or how that works, or the energy behind it, right? The abundance, and which is very closely associated with like gods of death, Lakshmi, right, are very, you have to understand the darkest to in order to have wealth. I mean, because you only have wealth when it gets dark in the season. You only have wealth at the end of the season. You don't have wealth in Taurus season. You're just planting the seed. No offense, it's just starting. I think probably the downside to tourists that I've noticed, no offense, is just spending money a little bit because they have such beautiful taste and high taste, and they love food and they love comforts and things. But at the same time, it's like money goes out. You know what I mean? Whereas like Scorpio, I don't know, if you look at whatever house you have like your Pluto in, you'll notice you're probably a little bit controlling or a little bit weird in those areas. Like Pluto can make something very deprived in early life, like you have nothing there, right? So if it's in like, let's say the second house, you could grow up very poor, but later in life, because of that, you become such a good strategist. You might become like a financial banker or something because of that initial weakness, basically. If it's in the third house, it might be vehicles, it might be communication. If it's in the fourth, it might be from a tiny house and home, etc. But anyways, the more fruitful your life is, the more you have to sacrifice. With abundance also comes the need to shed what is weighing you down, or has been forgotten, or wasn't sweet enough for your harvest, or reminds you. And Moloch, by the way, if I didn't explain, they would sacrifice, I mean, I'm just being honest, a child, a baby, and they would ask for the year to be fruitful. It's almost like they were imploring the spirits, kind of, right? Not that I'm suggesting that at all. Sorry, I'm just talking about history. With abundance also comes the need to shed what is weighing you down, has been forgotten, or wasn't sweet enough for your harvest. Raw and decay reminds you abundance doesn't mean you need to have everything. I'm a little bit dark humored, sorry. Need to have everything, for that would no longer be abundance but greed. Rather, it means you have more than enough for the way you wish to live. If you find you're carrying too much, receiving this card is a sign to leave something behind in the service of a greater good. Consider how you may be spreading yourself too thin, focusing on things you aren't passionate about, or holding on to old ideas, maybe timelines. Or it's like you can't have everything. You kind of have to kind of narrow in sometimes. You have to make choices. Or healing onto old ideas that are no longer facilitating your growth. Don't allow the need for more to weigh you down, in fear that your good favor runs out, or that there won't be another chance. There'll always be another season of harvest. Interesting. So I think the tides will be turning for you. Jupiter in Cancer could be relevant. I don't know why. I just want to say that. Maybe whatever house it's in for you. I know Jupiter's making a nice trine to Saturn right now, so it's kind of abundant, strong, forward energy. But yeah, I'm going to end it here for the late night. I hope you liked it. Thanks for being here. Maybe you're just ending things that wasted your time or took your time, but yeah, very Plutonian energy for sure in your reading. Please hit like, subscribe. You can get a personal through the Buy Me a Coffee link. We'll leave a tip through there. Best of luck. Take care. You could be reflecting a lot as well at this time, or closing out certain cycles. You can put them in the past, kind of grieving them, and then just releasing them, kind of energy. So, okay, take care.